So Tetsuya Nomura was in an interview with Game Informer in which he would talk about Sora's positivity and a new location within Kingdom Hearts 3 that we'll get to in the second half of this video. So let's go ahead and move into Sora's positivity. Now it says here, as fans know, Sora always thinks he can find a way to make things better, and a good portion of Kingdom Hearts is about the importance of friendships. Can Sora keep his positive spirit through Kingdom Hearts 3 is the question that Nomura was asked, in which he would reply with, he is a very bright character in general, but there will be many serious themes with Sora that involves him in Kingdom Hearts 3. Nomura says there will be a few times where Sora will be on the edge of despair, but because he's so bright and he has that personality, he quickly brings it back to neutral state. I think that's a strength he has, and another strength he has is this trust and belief in others. Now it says belief here, but obviously he meant belief in others. I think that's always been what helped him through the storyline, and I think that will be another driving factor for him in Kingdom Hearts 3. So it sounds like what he's saying here is that we're going to be getting, you know, kind of a double down on the same Sora that we had in Dream Drop Distance, in which of course he visits these worlds, find out what situations they're going through, and then of course he would love to help them out as best as possible. This is something that I spoke about when we actually got the cutscene leak from the premiere event for the Toy Box world, in which of course Buzz didn't actually trust Sora off the bat like Woody did, and due to that fact, of course, it led to some kind of, you know, instillment in Sora that, you know, people aren't just going to trust him and stuff like that. And I enjoyed that because, you know, it puts a more realistic feel on the characters. It puts a more realistic feel on Buzz. It puts a more realistic worldview into Sora, and I feel like that's something that we need in the Kingdom Hearts series. We're coming to the last, of course, game in the Xehanort saga, and I would definitely love to have another take on Sora. I would love to have, of course, a double down on the Dream Drop Distance Sora. Now, some people say he was a little bit too childish in Dream Drop Distance, or he was a little bit too goofy in Dream Drop Distance. I definitely think that, of course, it's really not that much of a change from, of course, the Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora. I feel like more so he just wasn't taking everything too much seriously because he felt like things were a test, and obviously he had the strength at that point to really overcome any obstacle through that test. So definitely, besides the ending of the game, you know, I felt like he was taking it easy because it was a test. And until he actually found himself in the last situation that he was in, then of course he really started to understand that no, this isn't a fucking test and he needs to take it seriously. And he adapted pretty well at the end of Dream Drop Distance when he was, of course, engaging with young Xehanort, engaging with Xemnas and Braig or Xigbar. So let's go ahead and get into the second piece of information here. In the second piece of information, it says on what he's most excited for in Kingdom Hearts 3. And let's talk about Tetsuya Nomura here, in which he would say, it was time to reflect on the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 should finally be in fans' hands on January 29th. With development winding down for the long-awaited entry, I was curious what Nomura was most proud of and excited for fans to experience in the game. In which he would say, there are so many great things to see, and it's really difficult to just say one thing. Just one thing. Nomura explains, I think what we've done as an action game with the combat mechanics is just really great. And the story is a culmination of the past decade and more. Of course, there are a lot of surprises that are even greater than Aqua's surprise in the Frozen trailer, but I think I just want to say that the last battle in the game is something I want everyone to see, as well as this new original location that I've really wanted to create for a long time now. If I had to say just one though, it'd be the last battle. So definitely the last battle is what everyone wants to see when we come into Kingdom Hearts 3. The biggest conversation that people have right now is the 13 Seekers versus the 7 Guardians. Who is the 7 Guardians? As of course the 13 Seekers are more and more starting to unfold. I think we are at like 3 members left to find out about the 13 Seekers, see who's returning or if there's going to be any legitimately new characters. But when it comes to the 7 Guardians, we're still missing like half of the fucking Guardians. So definitely, or about half. So definitely people are talking about who's the 7 Guardians and stuff like that. I'm still going to go with my theory. Ephemera and Scold are going to appear out of nowhere, or they're going to find Ephemera and Scold somehow, or maybe they're even on Destiny Islands. And the idea that they could be Xehanort's parents definitely works with me. The the amber eyes and of course the ashen hair from Ephemer, definitely I can see it, bro. I can see it so well. But when it comes to this information about a new world, if you remember back in 2014, we heard about, of course, or 2013, I think it was 2013, we heard about Cable Town. And I think Cable Town could potentially be this new world, this new location, because obviously, with him saying that it's a new location in the game, it's one he's been wanting to do for a very long time. It sounds like it's going to be completely new. So I think the theory is that, of course, Cable Town is, I guess you could say, the land of departure in its full form may not be accurate. I mean, it kind of seemed like it couldn't be, it wasn't accurate in the first place because, of course, we know that, of course, the land of departure was a land that Keyblade wielders resided in. And we know that, of course, the building that Ericus and Terra and Aqua and Ventus were in, they were actually, that was like pretty much the only establishment there. Because when you look at, of course, the world design, you don't see any other places. You just see the land of departures, of course, home base, I guess you could say, or the Keyblade wielders home base in the land of departure. And then you pretty much see mountains and, of course, hillsides. So definitely it did seem like that was the only place there, but of course I think people were thinking that with the same way they were able to turn, of course, the land of departure into Castle Oblivion, they could have did something with that when it came to, I guess you could say, transforming it into Cable Town. But with this, I think he means that it's either Cable Town or wherever Lee and Kyrie are. So I hope whatever the hell he's talking about, it has something to do with, of course, either Cable Town or wherever Lee and Kyrie are. Or we could be about to see Kingdom Hearts. Of course, he did confirm that we will know what Kingdom Hearts is by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. What the full entity is, we won't be in the dark about it. It won't be one of those fake Kingdom Hearts. It will be the real Kingdom Hearts, and he's going to show us what it is in Kingdom Hearts 3. So maybe that's it. It's one of those three. It has to be either Cable Town, Kingdom Hearts, or, of course, wherever Lee and Kyrie are. Unless there's somewhere we just simply haven't seen yet. So let me know what you guys think about this information. Definitely, I can't wait to see, like, all of the situations that Sora is going to find himself in. That was one of the things that made me love Sora in Dream Drop Distance. A lot of people dislike Sora in Dream Drop Distance. But what made me love him was that he felt different from, of course, the he can do anything guy that he seems like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. But, of course, it doesn't necessarily have to work for everybody. It worked for me, but it doesn't have to work for everybody. And then, of course, these new locations and, of course, him wanting us to see the final battle over everything within Kingdom Hearts 3. How do you think the final battle is going to play out, man? I still see Xehanort pretty much using the power of Kingdom Hearts to change the world. And then maybe we'll see Sora and Riku finally kick that ass. Or maybe we'll see Sora actually put on the Lingering Will armor and fucking use it. I mean, it's too big for him, but I think that would be pretty cool too. I mean, hell, man, I can't wait to see the final battle. I just hope, well, since he's hyping it up, I'm kind of, I'm happy, and you can tell I'm happy through my voice, but what makes me happy is because, I know Xehanort has to meet his end in this game, and I want it to be something that's done right. And he confirmed that there will be a final battle, and of course the final battle I think will go down with Master Xehanort. I don't think we're going to get a situation to where young Xehanort or Xigbar actually betrays Master Xehanort, and then of course, oh, now we have to fight them. They're the actual final battle. I don't think something like that will happen. I think it will be something like this, or potentially we'll see young Ericus time travel. If Master Xehanort used Master Ericus's body, we can see young Ericus actually use time travel to come back to this point in time. To jump forward to this point in time and actually help Sora. I think that would be another cool ass addition. Potentially he's the other playable character. I know one time I spoke about, of course, who should be playable if, of course, the prologue of the game is going to be during the events of when young Xehanort is speaking with young Ericus while they're playing chess. And I said that I feel like it should be Ericus because of the fact that I don't want too much insight into young Xehanort, because they would have to make him like a playable character, and of course he would have to be understandable, and they would have to like go into these reasons for him being a villain and stuff like that. And I feel like what we have now is already good enough. I feel like personally I don't need to see, oh, he found a book of prophecies and he read it for a little while until his master came around and actually took the book from him and stuff like that. I don't want to see shit like that. I want to see young Ericus training with young Xehanort, training with young Xehanort, and of course we find when we end like the tutorial and stuff, it ends here to where of course they're talking about, you know, on that land shall darkness prevail and light expire. I want to see like that. But let me know what you guys think about this information. This is being boy Amaziah, just keeping you boys updated. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at AmaziahYT. Links in the description and pinned comment. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck out.
What's left of me? What's left of me? And you and I, there's